Link engaged.
Visit us at teamspeak.com.
All right, so now we're back and we're a little bit more collected and ready to rock and roll. So we've got HwangSin versus Nerchio. Nerchio with the Yugosu question mark spawning up here in the 12 o'clock position. His opponent, the Korean Protoss HwangSin, at 3 o'clock. What do you know about these two players, Dario?
I know a lot about Nerchio, actually. He played me a lot. I played him a lot on ladder. He seems to be one of the rising stars in Europe, really. Been tearing apart online tournaments. Hasn't shown too much on offline events yet. But I'm looking forward to see him at DreamHack and MLG such if he ever goes to those events. So he's looking strong, plays a macro style. But is not too afraid to cheese from sometimes. About HwangSin, I actually don't know so much. I think I played him in some online tournament and he was 4-gating me in every game. But that doesn't really have to be a sign for anything.
Yeah, as I look at his path through the bracket, I finally found it. It looks like he's played nothing but PvP for the most part. So I'm curious to see how his PvZ is going to shape up. If he's a player that favors 4-gate, he's had plenty of an opportunity to practice it today. But as we see the game kind of unfolding here, looks like Nerchio. No, there's the spawning pool, and just sending that drone out and seeing if HwangSin's going to block. And HwangSin is in fact patrolling in the natural drone, moving down towards the 3 o'clock base. Nothing really too crazy happening just yet.
No, absolutely not. A 13 pool coming up, a 14 gas followed by that. I don't really like the early gas play by Zerg, to be honest. It always feels like you just can't really do much by getting early speed links on most positions, because you got speed links, you get map control, but there's really nothing you can gain on the map yet, so I'd prefer just a 13 pool without gas, to be honest. But it's a pretty standard decision and nothing too fancy yet.
Yeah, of course the early speed will give you the Zerg the ability to deny some scouting, as we see the Cybercore go down there for HwangSin, adding his second gas as well. Yeah, I would agree with you. In most cases it's going to be very difficult for Zerg to apply much pressure past that, just kind of controlling the area right outside the net. Wow, drone picking up a probe kill there in HwangSin's main. And go ahead.
Yeah, definitely nothing you want to see happening to you in an early game. It doesn't really change the game so much, but it's really hard on your mind. And he's even going to lose his second probe. So that is definitely going to influence his early game a little bit, putting him behind just without any reasons for, really.
Yeah, a couple little moral victories for Nerchio. I'm a little curious about HwangSin's wall-in. Is that tight? I think these Lings can get in.
I think if he goes between Pylon and Cybernetics, it should be... No, it's okay. Tight there already. Okay. Gets in the second probe, so losing one probe kinda sucks, but...
Still, I don't like the Protoss' choice for a wall here. I mean, Pylons up front, powering the gateway, that could get knocked out by Roaches, that could get knocked out by Banelings.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty okay. It's not gonna hurt him in too many cases, and at least Pylon is basically in the inner side of the ramp, so it's not where the gateway is, but it's a little bit more protected, and I think he's gonna be quite...
Okay. And speed has started up for Zerg here, transferring a few guys down to the natural, and as he does, Stargate's gone down for HwangSin, so this is basically going to be some sort of Stargate expand. You think he's going to make Void Rays or Phoenixes here?
Considering the close proximity, Void Rays would definitely be very strong. He might go for Phoenix if it would be crossfire, because they're just so much faster, but Void Ray is going to be a strong choice here.
Yeah, first Void Ray is coming out, and Nerchio just getting his first couple of queens up. He doesn't really have any idea what's happening just yet, but by seeing the early Stalker, he has to think maybe that gas is going somewhere else. And also no second sentry being made, so if Nerchio continues to scout the front aggressively, he'll probably determine, Protoss must be teching behind this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no Nexus up, and Speed Lane is coming in. He's gonna see no Nexus. So, I mean, there's only basically three things Protoss can do from here. It's a 4-gate, or a Void Ray Phoenix Blade.
Yeah, or of course ETs off of one base is another possibility.
Yeah, so he still has a lot of things to think about, but all you need to do is to get Roaches and an Evolution Chamber with a spore or two and you're gonna be safe. However, Nerchio is still on... Well, he gets the third queen, but he does not have creepers between his natural and his main. And HwangSin is actually getting a third Void Ray, so Nerchio might be in trouble.
Yeah, having not added this Evo Chamber yet, he's got to know something's happening. I hate that I haven't seen the Evo Chamber. Void Rays are going to come in here, and they're going to pick off the first queen easily. And I think Nerchio might be in a lot of trouble here, Dario.
Absolutely, 2 Void Rays kill the queen, and 2 more queens coming, but the Void Rays are charged, so they're going to be taking out queens easily, and Nerchio really does not have any capabilities to reproduce anti-air at this point.
Oh no, all the queens going down. HwangSin just carefully microing away here, and I feel like Nerchio is just going to have to tap out. There's not a whole lot he can do. His Evo Chamber just now finishing. He'll be able to build some spores in his natural, but that's not going to matter as he's going to lose all of, well, everything in his main. And,
yeah.
You know, frankly, HwangSin can just follow these drones and kill everything before it even finishes building.
Yeah, even his damage Void Ray charged up enough energy again to just survive the next queen, and yeah, Nerchio looks very dead at this point. Nothing much he can do. Trying to go for a counter attack with a few speed lanes, but obviously against sentries on the ramp, not a good idea.
And he does hit the GG, so HwangSin gonna go up 1-0 in the first game, pretty one-sidedly. I've got to feel like Nerchio did not do a good enough job of really interpreting what he was seeing. You know, 1 sentry, 1 stalker, no expansion after like about 6 minutes and 30 seconds is the latest time I think Protoss can ever expand, and of course he never threw that down. Nerchio saw it. I think he just under-responded there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, getting a pretty quick lair, being very seriously. You can always add a queen more or 2, because frankly, against the 1-base Protoss, queens are always useful. They're good against 4-gate. Obviously, DTs are not going to hurt you if you have a Spore Crawler anyways. So getting more queens against 1-base Protoss, almost always a good decision. And Nerchio just not reading the game correctly, I guess.
Yeah, well, let's hope that he makes the proper adjustments and he doesn't make the same mistakes again. We're going to get right into Game 2 after this short break.